Okay, we're gonna keep going down the same road for this one. Whatever. Might take slightly longer to get back this way, but at least it is reliable. Wouldn't want my bike getting stuck in the mud or anything. That'd just be annoying. So I grit my teeth, gather my stamina, and try to keep on pushing. At the same time, I make a firm resolution deep inside my soul, when I vow never to desecrate for as long as I live. I am never going to ride this bike again. Okay, this should lead to a different ending. All the choices are pretty much the same, so that's basically just see Noelle, buy the ice cream, and yeah, we're pretty much back to here about asking about the painting. Yeah, we just want to. Yeah, we basically said, yeah, doesn't that mean you're lonely? And then, yeah, then obviously ask about the painting, which we can fucking skip. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Now we got new stuff. So, even though it hurts, it doesn't feel too bad. Because of the moon that Noelle is able to laugh right now. Though she can be mean and childish, I think, beyond that, Moo's a really good person. Acting like this for Noelle's sake. Trying to make her smile. That's why I care about Moo so much. That's what I kinda hidden away carefully, brash and boyish attitude, and learn to like it. Rather, I fell in love with it. Even if it does make me sound like a masochist, I really do value Moo. To me, she's irreplaceable. Okay, so yeah, the only major difference we did for this route, compared to ending number 7, was instead of saying it sounds tough, hang in there, when we were at the baseball place, instead we said, I think you're really amazing. Who knew that a tiny little thing like that could lead to a different ending? But anyway, then Moo's voice falls on me like a ton of bricks. Why didn't you write her a letter, stupid? Girls' heart is a fragile thing, and we've already read through this. Yep, can we skip, please? Okay, and we're back to the train station. To give you something to remember me by when you're sitting on that train back home, of course. Huh? I don't want you to forget me. It's absolutely not allowed, you hear? It's forbidden. If you do, I'll have to give you a punishment. A punishment? Yeah, it'll be really, really strict, okay? Maximum penalty punishment. Maximum penalty? Hope she isn't going to bring that dress Merely out again. I am but a weak in flesh and spirit. If Moo wanted to, she could break me down very, very easily. Really is a scary person. But I don't want you to face that punishment. I want you to forget. So imprint this memory on your body forever. Hug you so tightly you can never forget it. Not ever. Doing this for your sake, you hear? So saying, Moo continues to hug me tightly, her red head resting on my shoulder. Pink hair escaping from his ponytail pokes me in the cheeks and nose. Body is very soft, even if her grip is one of iron. This is for my sake, is it? Yes. It's because you're stupid and you have a bad memory. I'm doing you a favor. So, you're not hugging me because you want to? This Moo's voice breaks off. Sounds awkward, embarrassed. It's not like that. I really want to hug you or anything. Really, it's not like I'll miss you or anything, you know. Now you're starting to sound like one of those characters, you know. From your manga. Moo giggles, still squeezing me tightly. That's what I was going for just then. Did I do a good job? Yeah, it was very convincing. Was I cute? Now it's my turn to go red. I guess you were a little bit cute. but just a little. Yay! Moo steps away from me, releasing my body from her death grip. Now I can finally breathe again. Cool evening air has never been more refreshing. Sorry, Ak-chan. I just wanted to try a scene like that, just once. It was the perfect setup for a romantic farewell, you see. Yeah, I understand. I don't mind. And I feel like a couple of my ribs might have broken. I mean, it wouldn't be Ak-chan, it wouldn't be a move if it wasn't for the fact that she was hurting some part of my body. Why did you act like that sort of character, though? Being dishonest with your feelings isn't like you. I know, but that's a boom at the moment, you know? A boom? Yeah, I think characters that struggle with their true feelings and so speak harshly to hide their lovey-dovey side are going to become really, really popular soon. I have to start practicing so I can keep up with the current trends. I don't want to become obsolete. I don't think he could ever become obsolete, Moo. Thank you, Ak-chan. Moo bows. I politely applaud her performance. Sounds like you're clapping something else, but... Man, wouldn't that be a thing? I mean, Ak-chan all caked up. Maybe that's why these girls are chasing after him. Who knows? I mean, we only see Ak-chan's front, not his back, so who knows? But, you know, it wasn't entirely an act. I mean, I really do like you, you know. Smile is so bright it makes me feel breathless. That isn't just because that forceful hug from earlier squished my lungs all out sheep. I really don't want you to forget about me. That made me miserable. So, Moo starts a finger in my direction, somewhere just inches away from my nose. Don't forget. Keep me in your mind. Always. Always? Always. No exceptions. When you're in a boring class, when you're eating dinner with your family, when you're getting ready to go to bed. Even when you're on the toilet. No thanks, I don't really need to be thinking about you when I'm shitting. Do I really need to go that far? Well, I could have said think about me when you see the cherry blossoms blooming or something, but that's kind of overdone. Besides, the cherry blossoms only bloom for a few weeks in spring. That amount of time is far too short. But thinking about you on the toilet is a little, oh my. Are you blushing, Ak-chan? No. I lie through my teeth, face bright red. I just don't think it's very romantic. I don't care about friendships like that. I just don't want you to forget. I don't think I could forget you, even if I wanted to. Not if you go around saying weird stuff like that. I mean, probably not the weirdest thing she said, to us at least. Good. That makes me happy. You know, I really do love you, Ak-chan. So straightforward. I guess I couldn't manage to be that dishonest type of character after all. I just say what's on my mind. I won't be in fashion for very long. No, it's fine. I love you too, Moo. Love? Noah's voice pipes up in the background. She looks confused. I got so caught up with Moo, I almost forgot about her. About her. I haven't told her about it, have I? Well, doesn't know. Doesn't know that we're dating. Our right decision was so sudden there wasn't enough time. It's confusing for me too. It's hard to talk about, but maybe it looks like I'm leaving you all out again. Yeah. If that's the case, I need to explain this delicately, a way that won't upset her, and potentially murder me. How should I tell her? As I'm mulling this over, yes, Akshan and I are dating. We decided it yesterday. So up front. Peer up at Noel anxiously. I'm a little afraid of what expression she'll have. This soon proves that my fears are unfounded. Oh, you're dating? That's nice. That was distinctly anticlimactic. Then again, what was I expecting? I know Noelle, and she's only ever been supportive of me. Yeah, I'm not so much in the other route. Usually ended up in somebody dying. Maybe I should try to have more faith in her. You don't mind, do you? No, why should I mind? Because, I don't know. We always used to be friends, so I thought maybe you'd feel, left out? You don't need to worry about that. I'm not upset. Rather, I am happy. Happy? You are? Yes. Got you two able to confess your feelings for each other. What do you mean, confess? Elle tips her head to one side. Smile looks a little mischievous. Uh-oh. Well, you have liked each other for a long time, haven't you? Yeah, I've liked our chum for ages. It's true. I know. I realized. How did you notice? Thought I was pretty discreet about the whole thing. That ear over there certainly never realized it. I mean, this is Akchan we're talking about, so it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. Well, I do like painting. Maybe I have a keen eye for small details. That could be it. That's pretty impressive. So others have good romance readers? Maybe. I don't know. It just seems so obvious to me that you looked even happier than usual when you were with Akchan. Your aura became a very bright orange. So it was my aura that gave it away. I didn't even know I admitted such a thing. Yes, it was. And also, well, giggles. Everybody else at school thought that too. Moon and I blink. We pause. Turn to stare at each other. And then... What? Everybody at school thought so too? They all thought we were dating? Yes. It was a well-known rumor. Why does Noelle's voice sound so sing-song? I think she's having a bit too much fun at our expense here. Noelle has an unexpectedly sadistic side to her after all. I can't believe it. I thought I was so good at hiding it. That's so embarrassing. Yay, nobody got murdered. The three of us stand there together, engaged in light conversation, and we've already read through all this, so time to skip it. Oop, and onto the train. A relationship with a moo. I guess that changed too. Wonder what Saki would say about that. She'll probably be surprised. Look out the window and my face flushed light pink. Amazing that we were able to create so many precious memories together in only 3 days. Watching a moo work in her parents' cafe, tending to hide a scowl behind a wide smile. Impeccable baseball skills. Hitting a home run every single time, so it required no effort at all. Attempted playing the guitar, doing her best, even though she wasn't particularly good at it. Moo really is an incredible person. Can't believe I never noticed it before. No, that isn't true. I did see it. It was something I'd always been painfully aware of. That moon was brighter, bolder, and stronger than me. But when I was younger, I found it intimidating. I think I might have been jealous. With a wide smile and never-ending energy, pushing on even in the face of adversity. She really is an admirable person. And more than that, she's a person I want to treasure forever. Thoughts like this that are still kind of embarrassing though. I'm not really used to it. Still, it's not like I'm unhappy about it. Rather, I feel blessed. I'm really very lucky that my old friendship was able to develop into something even more wonderful. In the end, nobody got murdered. Yay. Okay, but we'll skip forward, and there might... yeah, there is. I thought there might be an after-credit scene. You don't think it looks weird on me, do you? Who frowns, turning this way and that, staring down at herself critically. Face is flushed light pink, as most unusual, or a most unusual sight. This is something not used to, my own heart skips a beat. That's not all. There's something else unusual too. Wearing a dress. Don't know if I've ever seen a moo wear something so girlish before. It's a pale green dress with white spots. Falls demurely around to her knees. Her usual expression or explosion of bright pink hair has been tied up cutely, and her bangs have been clipped back, forced into some vague semblance of order. Did she dress up like that? Just for me? You look very pretty. Oh, really? You think? Who twirls, light green skirts billowing. I don't know if it suits me. I've never really worn clothes like this before. No, it's unusual, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, Moo giggles. Well, you're blushing. That's got to be a good sign, right? Even after 2 years, that laugh of hers hasn't changed. No, Moo's wearing a dress and she looks a little different, slightly taller, slightly older. The features are a little more mature. She's still the same person. She's still a Moo. Saki, a Moo. My girlfriend. Two of us stroll along together, enjoying our surroundings. Well, to be honest, I think a Moo is enjoying the surroundings a bit more than I am. She likes loud, noisy places like this. I'm not such a fan myself, but Moo always wanted to go to a theme park, and I did say I'd take her. I don't like breaking my promises. I don't want to do that again. Not after last time. Still, no matter how much time passes, never been able to get used to crowds. I understand that it's a pleasant day, so people want to go out and have fun, but do they really have to be so noisy? Places are completely packed out. Been shoved in the shoulders by complete strangers more times than I can count. All of them barging past without even so much as an excuse me. Crying children with ice cream cones, worn out, exhausted parents. Long, long lines for each and every ride. Coexisting amongst this kind of chaos doesn't really come easily to me. Guess there are some things that just don't change, no matter how much time passes. There are certain fundamental parts of people's personalities that will always remain the same, no matter what. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Maybe it's a comfort. It means no matter how many years separate us, Moo and I will always be able to meet up again. Like this, and joke around together, as though no time passed at all. I am a little worried about it though. Huh? Why's that? Who tugs at the hem of her dress, frowning. Well, it's a theme park. There are rides that go upside down, right? Right, and I'm wearing a dress, so, I don't get it. The ever innocent action. And I'm wearing super cute panties today, you know. Finally, it all falls into place. What are you talking about? Face turns red. Whole body trembles. What on earth am I imagining? What's that guy's problem? Think he's sick? Like sick in the head? Mommy, what's wrong with that boy? Come along, dear, don't stare. We all have our own share of problems in the world. But, Mommy, don't make eye contact. Let's go. I press my hands on my face, my whole body trembling. Now everybody's paying attention to me, even though that's the exact opposite of what I want. Are you thinking dirty thoughts, Action? Boo peers down at me, impish grin on her face. At least most of the curious crowd is already dispersed. That was pretty embarrassing. I wasn't. You were the one who brought it up and, cute. What do you mean? I'm not cute, yeah, you are. Totally cute. And don't worry, I'm just teasing. Wearing cycling shorts underneath, you know. Even though that's supposedly not very feminine. Even if I am wearing a dress, I'd far rather be practical, you know. Need to consider my modesty. Yeah, I see. Moo grins, pinching the hem of her dress between her hands. Hey, you wanna see it? What? Even if they are just cycling shorts, right here, I think, maybe Just kidding. Not even I would do something like that. Not in public, anyway. You're so mean. Maybe. Teasing you just doesn't stop being fun, no matter how old I get. I love more than I love 3 square meals a day. And if we get all together, you'll start kicking my crotches away from underneath me. Hey, now that's not a bad idea. Oh, great. You really are mean. But that's just how I show my love. Miki was playfully kissing the tip of my nose. This sudden public display of affection is embarrassing enough, but the fact that Moo has to bend down to do it makes it even worse. Even though Moo got taller, yet again, I haven't grown at all. Almost feels like I'm going out with a pro basketball player. I mean, more like baseball player, but, you know. If you kiss me like that in public, people start thinking you have unusual tastes. Huh? What do you mean? They might think you're dating an elementary school student. Still get mistaken for being about that old, you know. Huh? You do? No way. When I go out with Saki, people always ask if I'm a younger brother. I still catch the child's fare on the bus and train. And child's tickets at the movies. Oh, that might be pretty useful though. Means you can save money, right? Yeah, at the expense of my dignity. And I'm probably gonna spend all that money on a Moo anyway, so... Can you put a price on a man's pride anyway? Not that I have all that much pride to begin with. Oh well, let the masters think what they want. I don't care. I like you regardless of how little you are. A small little, my face flushed light pink. Thought she might say something like that. May's always been that kind of person, never caring about the opinions of others. It's admirable, really. Wish I could be more like that. Still, despite my minor misgivings, I'm happy. Happy that I'm able to be with her, stay with her, and make all those wonderful memories together. Memories I don't ever want to forget. Oh, how sweet. Okay, this time we're not going to ask her, because we don't need another beach episode. I can't do it. Just one look at her eyes makes me feel numb. My whole body paralyzed with fear. I'm still curious. Humans are always damnably so. Maybe if I just tilt my head to one side, I'll be able to get a better look. Just what is it that she's drawing anyway? Hey. Oh no. At this simple sound, this single syllable, my blood turns to ice in my veins. She spotted me. Guess I'm not very good at being discreet. Did I tell you could peek at my private affairs, you nosy little swine? But private? Okay, and then we've apparently already read through all of this, so, well, continuing on with doing the choices. Okay, we're at the second phone call that we could do with Saki. I can't remember, did we do this option? No, we didn't. Because we had done the first phone call and talked to Saki, but we didn't do the second one. Hello, Saki-chan. Hey there, Saki. In what is fast becoming a familiar routine, I find myself sitting down on the floor in the darkened hallway of my grandparents' home. Phone rested between my neck and shoulder, legs drawn up against my middle. How was your day? Did you spend more time with Noelle? Actually, I was with Amu instead. Amu? I can practically hear, even though I can't see, Sakai's eyebrows shooting out to meet her hairline. You mean you didn't write to poor Noelle for 2 years? Now you finally had the chance to make amends with her? You're off spending time with another girl instead? By my lower lip, anxiously coiling the cord of the telephone around one finger. It does sound kind of bad when you put it like that, I guess. Kind of bad? Sounds worse than kinda bad, Ak-chan. Sounds like you've been playing around with the poor girl's heart for fun. I would never do something like that. I miss my friend too. Always wanted to spend time with her. Two have never got along so well, that's all. So I have to keep picking and choosing between them. This isn't making me feel any better. Hush, hush. I know. I'm sure you're doing your best. Hear Dell click on the other end of the line. I know Sakai's cracking her bones in her wrists again. You keep doing that, you'll get arthritis. Teachers tell me that all the time, but I don't care. Why should I worry about some petty concerns? I am the beautiful Saki, queen of the eternal night. Mortal and ageless after all. I start to laugh despite myself. I can't help it. Since Saki is often so serious, I forget she has a side like this to her too. Hey now. I bet she is scowling. She is almost definitely scowling. Are you trying to make fun of the beautiful Saki, eternal queen of the night? No, not at all. I just thought it was kind of funny, that's all. And why should it be funny? You would be laughing when I drained all the blood out of your pretty neck. Sure. I'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, well, we've already had the blood drained out of our neck a couple of times. Not by Saki, so it's not like it's our first time, unfortunately. And right now, she's probably running her hand through her hair. I don't think I've ever seen another girl master the dismissive hair flip with much style as Saki. At least I made you laugh. I suppose that's something. You sound tired. I do. Imagine being stuck between two friends, unsure which one to spend time with must be awfully hard. Yeah, especially when one of them potentially wants to kill me. I wonder, is the guy playing up to her vampire queen role to cheer me up? So that really was sweet of her. She can be quite hard-headed at times, but she's a good person. I know she cares about me, no matter what she may say. I suppose I am a little tired. I just, I frown, leaning my head back against the wall with a dull thud. I don't really know what to do. If I spend time with Amu and Noel, one of them is going to get left out. One of them is going to get hurt. Going to lose no matter what. Well, you can't have lost it all that badly yet. What do you mean? You're still alive and in one piece, aren't you? I mean, true, but usually, the murder doesn't start happening until the third day, so we'll see about that. I think there's an achievement to be proud of. Of course I'm still alive. Just what are you suggesting? One can be awfully vicious when they feel their feelings have been spurred action. Oh, trust me, we know. No, aren't like that. You've been watching too many scary movies. Not lately, I haven't. They're still on, that show. Have they found their bluebird of happiness yet? No, today we went back to Heidi. I don't know why you're complaining so much. I love that show. You would. You could be such a child sometimes. And you're all cool, mature, and mysterious, right? But of course, I am after all Saki, eternal queen of the night, I know. Like Saki was born in the wrong era, the wrong country. She'd probably be far happier if she could be a European countess, dressed in the most luxurious of clothes, living in a large and crumbling manor home in the middle of some wild moors. Fortunately, Saki got handed the short straw in life. Instead of having such a glamorous existence, she lives in a tiny apartment in a bustling city with her two lovely Delby parents and a multitude of small siblings, with sticky faces and grasping fingers. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. She's about as at home in her current environment as a goldfish would be in a birdcage. You are coming home tomorrow, aren't you? You haven't decided to stay a few days longer, right? No, you don't need to worry. I really will be back tomorrow. I'll probably get back fairly late though. Maybe around 1 or 2 in the morning. So not actually tomorrow then, but the day after, but close enough. Well then, I'll just have to wait. You will come and see me though, won't you? You promise? That's right, I promise. I, looked down at my knees, my cheeks flushed light pink. Really have missed you, Saki. And I have been going crazy. Simply crazy. I was crazy once. Locked me in a room. Rubber room rats. I thought you'd like that, though. Doesn't it suit your gothic sensibilities? I suppose so, but I don't much care for being the mad wife locked up in the attic. I'd far rather be a dark and mysterious lady of the night. I think you do well enough of that already. Thank you. It's hard to feel suitably dark and mysterious when you're cooking fish fingers and potato smiley faces for screaming brats, though. Sky sighs. I wonder if those dark bags under her eyes will look any darker when I see her next. Kind of looking forward to it, actually. Wonder why, though. I should be happy to see Moo and Noel again, and I am. I enjoy being back here, even if it is only for a few days. However, choosing between my two childhood friends is stressful. I've spent most of my trip riddled with nerves. When I'm with Saki, however, I don't have to feel like that. Despite her love of the Gothic, she is a fairly well-balanced person. Yeah, it's true. Even though it's only been a couple of days, really do miss her. I think a sensible person like that, who always knows what to do and what to say in every situation, is good for me. I think I need a person in my life like that. That was kind of sweet. Oh, and here we go. Something different. I'm assuming we're at the train station? And time goes by so quickly it almost feels as though it's been carried by wings. Without me even realizing it, days slip past in a blur, like the routine of my life in the city re-established. Wake up at 7 AM every morning, shrugging off my blankets and wiping the dust off the corner of my eyes. Go to the bathroom and splash cold water on my face. I get changed and go downstairs to eat breakfast with my parents, usually toast with jam. Parents don't go in for making a large hearty meal as my grandparents do, with a glass of milk on the side. That milk still hasn't made me any taller. My bones don't feel particularly stronger, despite the advertising spiel, but it doesn't hurt to have hope. I gave up on my height now, and I would be like giving in, bracing my sad destiny with both arms wide open. Brush my teeth, comb my hair, and fretfully examine my face in the bathroom mirror for a while. Freckles are still there, just as visible as ever, before cutting my losses with a small sigh. Pick up my school bag, sling it over one shoulder, bid goodbye to my parents, then leave, making my way to the train station. Typically, I arrive at school at 8 AM, spend a while sitting in class, chatting to my friends, before the teacher arrives to start the school day. At school, I hang around with Saki, Miho, and Yuna, usually shopping, sometimes going to see a movie, and occasionally getting something light to eat in a nearby cafe. After a few hours, I return home, finish my homework, eat dinner, watch overly sentimental TV dramas with my mother since we have very similar tastes. Dad just sighs and rolls his eyes when we commandeer the big TV in the living room. But it's 2 against one, so he never wins. Then go to sleep. Rinse and repeat over and over again. Excepting weekends, of course. It's a nice routine. Comfortable. Not exactly the most exciting, but how many people in this world can claim to do something uniquely interesting every single day? Somebody had told me, just before I moved to the city, that I would soon fall into such a comfortable rut. I wouldn't have believed them. Nerves were shot by the mere prospect of moving. Thinking about it was enough to keep me up all night, gnawing at my fingernails. Thought I'd never be able to adjust to a busy, hectic lifestyle, but, truth be told, living here isn't all that different from my old life. I still have to go to school, still have a small close circle of friends, and still watch TV dramas with my mother. Although the city is far, far bigger than my old village, that isn't really relevant. I'm more than adept at tuning all the background noise out, existing solely inside that little sphere I've carved out for myself. And so time goes on, days, then weeks, then months, slipping into another light dress of snow. Sometimes I exchange letters with Noelle and Moo. Call them on the phone too. Moo's still working at her parents' cafe, playing billiard every step of the way, especially in the run-up to Christmas. Calling to Moo, listening to the looping Christmas music over and over again, while she waits tables and greets customers, nothing short of excruciating. Cruel and unusual kind of torture that makes her want to sew her ears shut. Noelle's family, meanwhile, have already gone ahead with their plans to move. I think they left Japan in late July, when the weather was at its hottest and most overwhelming. I wonder what England's like. Noelle's told me about it in her letters. She says it isn't as bad as she thought it'd be. Glad that she seems to be doing alright. Must be a strange experience. Never been outside Japan before, so I can't help but being curious. What is there to do in England, anyway? I've only ever seen it represented in movies as some dim, dismal place filled with rolling fog and old stone buildings snaked with ivy. It sounds like the kind of place Sakai would like. In fact, I think she's jealous of Noelle. A girl would probably give her right arm and a sizable chunk of her leg to go to England for a 2-week holiday, let alone live there. And speaking of Sakai, snow really is piling up out there. Kai stares out the bedroom window, back facing me, arms folded. I can see her face reflected in the window, just dimly. Well, hello again. Glad to be seeing you again. 'Cause yeah, we only got to see your face once at ending 21, so it's nice to be able to get to see your model again. Hey, Ak-chan. Sakai turns around, her hair fluttering around her shoulders. Skin is pale, almost deathly so. Skin is naturally pallid, but it becomes even more so in the winter, rendered ashen grey through a lack of sunlight. Pale skin is offset by the dark black bags underneath her eyes, make her eyes seem deep set, slightly droopy. I must ask her if she naturally has large bags under her eyes, so black they look like bruises. She told me some of it was makeup just to enhance the look. Not really sure why anybody would want to look like they haven't slept in 5 years, but this is the Kai we're talking about. I don't always understand her taste in aesthetics. Are you cold? Do you want something to drink? I'm fine. You don't need to worry about me. But of course I'll worry about you. You're one of my dear friends. You're so little, too. Feel a single gust of wind could blow you away. I'll try to be careful. We have some cocoa powder in the kitchen. Or at least we should. The brats haven't gone to it first. Do you want a hot chocolate? Raise my eyebrows, surprised. Hot chocolate? I didn't know you liked things like that. I'm not the biggest fan. It's slightly too childish for my taste. That's why I offered it to you. Gee, thanks. Well, what are you gonna have? Warm human blood, of course. Drawn freshly from a still pulsing jugular. Oh, just as long as it's not mine. I whimper, throwing one hand against my neck in self-defense. Don't look at me when you say that. I'm not a blood bank. I could never give blood. Too afraid of needles. I don't even like having injections when I go to see the doctor. I still know it's silly, getting so worked up and anxious over something so small. Something that only lasts a few seconds, but I still can't help it. Face goes pale, hands start to shake. Can't relax, which only makes the sensation of needle plunging into my skin even more acutely painful. Besides, my blood wouldn't taste any good. I eat sweets and chocolate all the time. Be far too sweet. And I know you don't eat a lot of sweet things, Sakai. Well, that's a shame. Oh well, I will content myself with a hot tomato juice then. You can drink hot tomato juice? Of course. Just need to mix in lemon juice, pepper, and Tabasco sauce. I wince. I feel my stomach churning simply at that description, yeah. It sounds like the kind of thing a moo would mix into my cooking in home ec, class as a joke. That sounds like something... Alright. I'm sure a human like you could not understand. To walk the path of the vampire shrouded in eternal darkness, something being mortals like you can never hope to accomplish. Being a human means I get to enjoy nice things like hot chocolate, then I'm not sure I really want to be a vampire. Two of us sit together on Sakai's bed, drinks resting on a small table to our side. Sakai's concoction sure looks interesting. Glass is filled to the brim with a thick, deep red fluid that looks uncannily like blood. I'm a little curious about how it tastes, but I've always been suspicious about garnishly coloured foods. Red just isn't a normal colour for a drink, is it? Especially not a fierce, fiery red like that. Practically screams, "Don't drink me." Just like those poisonous frogs in the Amazon with the bright orange and acid green bodies. Humming tunelessly under her breath, Saki shuffles a pack of tarot cards. I watch her, frowning. So, why do you want to tell my fortune all of a sudden? Because it's nearly New Year's Eve, time for new beginnings. In times of tumult, if there are a more perfect moment to attempt to divine the future, like the slips you get at the shrine on New Year's, you mean? No, it's far, far more precise than that. Those slips on New Year's are only worth anything to the most neurotic and superstitious. And tarot cards aren't. This should be enough. With this declaration, Saki finishes her shuffling. She places the first 3 cards on her deck face down on the bedspread, as though setting up a game of solitaire, and sets the rest of the pack down to one side. Now then, Eerie smile slowly spreads across her face. Are you ready to see what the cards have in store for you? Do you think you can face it? I mean, we've already faced a bunch of atrocities already, so what can a couple of tarot cards do to us? Laughter trails away eerily, lost in the sound of the snow outside, drumming gently against the window panes. I gulp. Not usually a superstitious person, but since Sakai's been taking it so seriously, it's hard not to get sucked in. Look at the cards anxiously, my heart drumming inside my chest. Just what cards are there in a standard tarot deck anyway? I knew maybe I'd be able to mentally prepare myself. Alright, let's see what we got here. Kai reaches forward with one hand. Light and ghostly, black and nail polish, standing out like squid ink on snow. First card represents your past, things that have already been. In your past, we have. Also, the first card with a well-practiced motion. Someone used these cards on various people at school before. In fact, it's almost become like a business. Sakai spends most of her lunch break sitting in class, reading tarot cards with girls and guys interested in their fortunes, usually those pertaining to love or money. I know how many people really believe in her fortunes, but Sakai is very good at making them sound realistic. I think it's something about the tone of her voice, low and mysterious, deadly serious. Ah, I see. Interesting. Sakai draws in a breath as she flips over the first card. It's an image of an old tower, so intricately detailed it almost seems to crumble when I stare at it. Blink in confusion, looking between Sakai and the card. What does that mean? Is it something about a poorly constructed building? Should I be on the lookout for rogue architects? No, it doesn't mean either of those things. It's the lightning-struck tower. Lightning? I don't know if I like the sound of that. Represents sudden change. Can you think of a moment in your past that this might relate to? Rain catches in my throat. Doesn't take long for me to think of a fitting memory. When I had to move from my old village, my parents brought me here. That would definitely count as a sudden change, wouldn't it? I start to tremble, even though it's not particularly cold in Sakai's room. Hot chocolate has helped me warm up. It really is uncanny. Is it just a coincidence, or is there something more? I see. Cows really do know everything. Shouldn't try to doubt them, Ak-chan. How do you know? I could tell by the look on your face. But if you doubt the cards, you might become displeased. Displeased? Yes, and then the fortune you receive may be rather unpleasant. Rather unpleasant indeed. And for the second card, your present. Sakai extends her hand once more, reaching towards the middle card laid in the bed. I see. Now that is interesting. What is? This card. Sakai taps the newly unveiled card with one finger. It's the Chariot. It represents assertive progress. Ability to overcome trials, develop as a human being. A positive card. Thank goodness. Breathe a sigh of relief. Not entirely sure how accurate this card is, though. Was I really able to overcome a trial? Maybe I did manage to overcome some kind of test. I didn't even realize I was taking it. And now, the final card. Let me guess, it's going to be death or something? Knowing my luck, it's going to be that. Or something worse. Sakai reaches forward, letting her fingers play over the card for a few moments, skirting close to it, but not picking it up. I wince. Is she toying with me? Why doesn't she just pick up the card already? Tense silence fills the room, broken by slow, repetitive drumming of snow against the window. Maybe that sound isn't snow. Perhaps it's an echo of the erratic beating of my own heart. Could it be? Will this card show me something incredible? Something amazing? A future I could only dream about? Or else? I think back to the first card, the image of the ruined tower, struck by lightning. Desolation and despair. Death. Isn't that one of the tarot cards? Anyone I really know about? His meaning seems obvious, even to a complete novice like me. I don't want the guy to draw that card for my future. Who wants their future to be spelled out with the image of a grinning skull? That would be far too much of a bad omen. Card lying on the bed, face down, is revealed to be something that depressing. I don't know if I'll be able to stand it. What could it be? What could it be? I want to know, and yet at the same time I don't. Final card. A card that represents your future. Inhale hard, hardly daring to breathe. Picks it up between her fingers slowly, ready to turn it over when... Big sis! Oh, come on! Come play with me! Yeah, let's play! Let's watch Heidi! I want to watch Heidi! Yeah. Kai's body is all of a sudden buried by a deluge of children. Downpour of sharp elbows and kicking legs and flailing limbs. Three of Sakai's younger siblings are piled on top of her, all bundled up in thick white coats and scarves and mittens so they look like snowmen. Hey, you guys! Kai tries to claw her way out from underneath her screaming, screeching siblings, pushing herself upright once more with a great deal of determination. Siblings giggling and throwing off her lap, falling to the floor with 3 dull thuds. Even though Sakai looks so slender and like a fish, so pale, she must possess some serious energy reserves stored somewhere. I'm impressed. Weren't you out shopping with Mum and Dad? We were. Just came back now. I got a new pair of mittens, look. I want a new pair too. Mine had a hole in them and yours didn't. It was snowing. We had a small snowball fight. I won. No you didn't, I did. Want to play with Big Sis? Let's play in the snow. Snowball fight. I'll beat you this time. The only 3 of Sakai's siblings are crowded in a room, all conspicuously absent. One might be forgiven for thinking there are at least 15 young children running around, screaming, judging by how energetic they are. Sakai's bedroom, much like the rest of her home, is rather small, and packing so much young children into a cramped space can only lead into disaster. Sakai senses this too, because she gets to her feet, all fortune-telling pretenses cut short for the time being, and she steps into the role of the reliable big sister. Alright you guys, I'll go and play with you once. Just once. I'll join you in a few minutes. But you have to promise to get out of my room, okay? I don't want you breaking anything. Okay. Siblings chorus in unison, all smiles on their pink faces. They shuffle out of the room, contented for now. Jeez, what a handful. Upon the exit, Sakai sighs, sinking down against her bed with a dull flop. You see what I had to put it with, Action? It's a nightmare. Thought you handled it rather well. I have to handle it well. If I lose my temper, they'll just start to cry. She grins, stretching her arms above her head, clicking her joints at both her elbows, then her wrists for good measure. Sorry I didn't get to finish, Action. Must have wanted to know your future. No, it's fine. I'm sure I'll be able to get over it. Besides, mind if I said I wasn't just a little bit relieved at the sudden distraction posed by Sakai's siblings. Noisy as they are, they have their uses. You sure? You don't want me to do it again, do you? No, it's fine, really. In fact, I think I prefer it this way. What do you mean? I mean, not knowing the future. I think that's more exciting than having it told to you. Things are always the most fun when you don't know precisely what's going to happen. Right? Maybe so. Maybe the unpredictability of life is part of its charm. Sakai smiles sardonically. Of course, it's easy to say that if one doesn't have so many young siblings. Being jumped on and shouted at all the time isn't particularly pleasant. I think, for the sake of my health, I would like some kind of advanced warning beforehand. I guess I didn't think of that. It's alright. Maybe we have different ways of looking at the world. Maybe we do. But, what do you mean, Well, even if we are a little bit different, I like you the same, Sakai. You charmer, you. I wasn't trying to be. I was just telling you how I feel. I know, but please forgive me. I am not one for such open displays of sentimentality. However, while softly playing about with a strand of her hair, I suppose it would not kill me if I told you. I like you an awful lot too. You mean you want to say my friend? Of course I do. Can't think of nothing I would like more. Nothing? Well, almost nothing. Sakai grins, rising to her feet, joints in her knees clicking this time. Yeah. Right now, what I want to do, more than anything in the world, is show those annoying little siblings of mine what happens when they cross the great Sakai, Eternal Queen of the Night. Is the Eternal Queen of the Night well versed in snowball fights? She is more than well versed in them. She is the best, and she's going to make them rue the day they were ever born. She has some help from her faithful assistant, of course. Of course. I'd be more than happy to help you. That's what friends are for, after all. Oh, that was kind of nice. But I wish we could have been able to spend a little bit more time with Sakai, but most of this game is about mainly rekindling our friendship with Noelle, and then also Amu, and with our grandparents sprinkled in. But yeah, it was kind of nice to at least get to have a face to Sakai and kind of have a little personal moment with her. But we still have more endings to go through, so we'll be continuing on with that.